Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And as pretty much everybody knows at this point, there's been a lot going on over the past 24 hours in the world of wrestling with this speaking out movement that's been happening on Twitter. Victims of sexual abuse in the wrestling world have been sharing their stories, and we're starting to understand what the ramifications of that might start to look like. I wrote some words here because I have a hard time off the cuff articulating what I think we want to say. You've looked at these words, Larson. You've vetted these words. You're okay with these words? Okay. All right. So here it goes, man. We've had 24 hours to listen and to digest what's going on and to figure out how best we're going to approach that here on Going in Raw. Given that our function in the wrestling world is to analyze and comment on news stories from the world of wrestling, obviously this is something we need to talk about here via news brief or one of our recap shows. This isn't the words that I wrote down here, but Larson, we're not journalists. It's not we don't investigate things, but we have to tread very carefully with stuff this sensitive. Mm-hmm. That said, this is a massive wave of information that's only now beginning to have real ramifications in the world of wrestling. The wrestlers, the promotions involved have for the most part started to provide their initial responses to these stories. So those responses are going to be what we're going to stick with here on the show. We're not interested in being salacious or profiting off these stories. Chances are we're not even going to monetize this episode. Even if we did, it'd probably be demonetized like yesterday's. But we do encourage you, if you're interested in listening to the voices speaking out, that's what you should be doing. You should be listening and trying to understand where they're coming from. Yes. So you can go to Twitter, seek them out. It's really easy to find this stuff. We have no interest in being dismissive of these stories, but it's not our place here on the show to tell these stories or to retell them. Getting away from my statement here, the idea of two guys reading some of these stories just seems a little, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but disrespectful, I guess. So we will just take these one at a time with what's going on right now.
Yes. First, WWE issued identical statements regarding allegations made against Jordan Devlin and Matt Riddle, stating, quote, "We take any allegation of this nature very seriously are looking into the matter." It also appears that WWE has removed any and all mention of Riddle's scheduled SmackDown debut tonight from the official preview of tonight's episode of SmackDown WWE.com. We'll get to that a bit later. No mention of Matt Riddle. Progress Wrestling issued a statement announcing that David Starr and Mark Parry will no longer be working for the promotion, while Travis Banks, Jordan Devlin, and Scotty Davis will be suspended indefinitely. According to this statement, Devlin and Davis are also being stripped of the tag titles. But Progress's statement also adds that, quote, "Those under suspension will have their situation reviewed periodically between now and events starting again." OTT, TNT Extreme, and Rev Pro have announced that they've stripped David Starr of all their respective championships. It also seems like law enforcement might be getting involved.
Yeah.
BBC reporter Jonathan Savage is reporting that, quote, "West Yorkshire police have confirmed to the BBC that they are carrying out initial inquiries about members of the UK pro wrestling community alleged a number of cases of abuse using the hashtag speaking out."
Yeah, so this is obviously going to be a developing story probably for a little while. So we're gonna keep an eye on this. It does seem like we're starting to get waves of what might be accountability with all this, and none of it's going to be very clean. I mean, in some cases, it would appear that there's perhaps stronger evidence than in other cases. I honestly, it's really difficult to sort of understand where all the pieces are going to fall, how that's going to go. Obviously, this has major ramifications, primarily in the British wrestling scene. So we'll see how that all plays out. But yeah, so obviously our hearts here at Going in Raw go out to the victims of these stories, and we definitely encourage you hop on Twitter, put in the hashtag speaking out. Also, the hashtag speak out has been used as well, and there's some really just it's heartbreaking. It really is.
It really is heartbreaking. It definitely is.
We do have a SmackDown happening tonight.
Yes, we do.
You had
Bray
mentioned. I'm sorry. Did you mention that Riddle's been? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So also, I mean, with the Matt Riddle thing, Fightful had mentioned this is going to be. It's going to be interesting to see how they approach the Matt Riddle thing, because according to Fightful, this is from a couple days ago through Fightful Select. You should definitely check them out, especially now.
Yes. Yes.
I don't have it like in front of me. Why don't I not have it in front of me? They basically said, Sean Ross Sapp had said that according to his sources, Matt Riddle has like a pretty big debut, like lots of
planned,
bells and whistles, and that he had a pretty high profile feud lined up. Again, with the COVID-19, with the taping schedule, who knows what they could plug into place there? We don't know. We'll find out in about 6 hours or so.
Yep.
Let's see here. Yeah,
confirmed for the show as of right now.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt and the Firefly Funhouse to make ominous return.
AJ Styles is going to be rolling out the red carpet for the Intercontinental Championship presentation.
And then Mandy Rose set to address broken relationship with Sonya Deville on Miz TV.
All right. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not sure how easy it's going to be to enjoy SmackDown tonight with all this stuff. It's a real bummer. And I know we're going to get people in the comments asking about the Jim Cornette situation. That's a whole other bag of worms right there, man. There's just, I feel like it's like not a problem at all, because like what these people are going through are actual problems. But as somebody who obviously makes a career off of discussing the events of pro wrestling, and specifically the business of pro wrestling, it's been quite overwhelming. But that's nothing compared to what these women and in some cases men are going through. I mean, this runs the gamut, dude. Anyways, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.